Hey traders, John Howell here. Hope you guys are doing well. Today is market update time. We're going to look at all Dow Jones, S&P, Nasdaq, probably a few other markets as well in this video. Before I start this video, guys, anything I do say in this video is general advice only. I don't know your personal situation. In fact, it's just education. I'm educating you what I see in the market right now. Okay, don't place the trade based on what you see in this video right now. You should know that trading is risky and there's no guarantees of making money from your trading unless you know what you are doing. Before I do start, guys, first link in the description if you want to get some free education from me. Links in the description. Also, if you want to get some one-on-one coaching with me, links in the description as well too. Let's get straight into this video. Now, market update time. What actually happened with the Dow Jones? Ooh. So yesterday I did a video and we had this bar here, and I said, more downside is likely to come, and we got a couple of down bars, not much. And then I came out and did a video this day here, and I said, you know what, we're probably likely to rise, up into this area through here, where this trend line is, where it's been holding through here, and you can see this resistance level through here, and you can see that that's what's happening through there, right? So the market's ran down, had resistance here, resistance here. Resistance came up, and now we found resistance through here, and now it's actually hit this level. So there's actually two schools of thoughts of what's happening right now. Now, firstly, I didn't know we're going to get that rise. I just said we're probably going to get a rise out of this now and run up to this here. What I do see, there's actually two schools of thoughts here. The first school of thought is that you can see what's happening right now in this long-term Dow Jones, right? We're going straight up. Now, if I zoom in right now and we look at this chart, you can see there's actually a trend line coming down through here and a trend line coming down through there. Let's not really worry about that trend line for now. You can see it came down, hit support. Now we're at the top of this trend line here. There's actually the trend line's probably more like that, I would say. Something like that. There's a trend line coming down through there somewhere. Or at least like that. So anyway, so we're actually here right now. So there's two schools of thoughts here. There's the if scenarios, and people say, John, if, yeah. The thoughts in the market is the ifs, right? We see what happens with the market, then we respond to those situations. So there's two situations here. One, we keep blasting up and we keep going up through here. And if we do that, we start blasting off these highs, then guess what's likely to happen? We're likely to then take off. We're likely to keep this bull run running. I don't think that's going to happen, but who knows? The next thing I see is gonna likely happen is actually we just stay here and we falter a little bit, maybe a couple of down days, up down day, and then we start to get some more selling off through here, and then we get that, and then if we start to break down, especially past these lows here, danger. Now the thing is this, guys, is that right now what is happening on the Dow Jones? If we have a look at the market, we have a look at the Dow Jones, what is actually going on here? We have this lower high, and if we now make another lower high here, that actually is likely to be another lower high here. Sellers are starting to really creep in here. So if we do start to get like this sort of action coming in, it's actually very weak sign. So the sellers are still in control right now in the short term. Long term, we have that big bull run, but right now we still have those sellers in control. Let's go have a look at the SP 500. And the same thing with the SP 500. What happened with the SP 500? We actually ran up into this resistance level here right now, where we are right now. Let me just take this trend off here. Let me just take this. So you probably see that area through there. You can see how the Dow Jones sort of just rallied up through there. And if I bring up, let me bring up this chart here, because I think this is going to represent this even more of what I'm trying to talk about here. You can see here, let me bring this up here. So you can see what's happening here on this line chart, and the line chart is really representing something we're starting to swing, right? You can see the lower high, low. If we make another lower high here, which is this point through here, again, guys, we're starting to get some big swings in the market, right? Big volatility up and down, up and down, up and down. So, but again, guys, what's going on right now? Again, what do we have? We have a lower high, and then we now have a potential another lower high, right? So lower high, mark us through here. And so therefore we have, if we start to fail at this level through here and we start to roll over, then that's actually, if that happens, the if scenarios, if that happens and we start to roll over, then guess what? We have a what? We have a left shoulder probably a big head and now a right shoulder. That could be like a big, massive head and shoulder formation. And we look on the weekly chart there, and you can see how that's what this could be forming into right now as we speak. Now we don't know what's going to happen through there, but we are. Definitely. It'd be interesting to see what's happened through here. We are definitely getting a lot more selling pressure out of these big bars through here. So it'd be really interesting to see what actually happens through here. But right now, guys, as we speak, there is no need to be buying this market because the sellers are in control, and there's no need to be shorting this market. Now, again, if you're a scalper, that has nothing to do with you, what I just said. Let's go have a look at the Nasdaq. Nasdaq again, what happened? A big gap up, right? Nice gap up and a run to the high side. But again, what is happening with the Nasdaq? You actually can see this is what's going on with the Nasdaq right now, right? That was that high point through there. Let me take that through there. And let me just bring this down through to here. So this is what's happening right now on the Nasdaq. We're compressing up into this triangle pattern. You see that? Now we had this low here. Now, but what's going on here now? Again, we're making a lower high. A lower high. Is this going to be another lower high? And if we get like a little sideways movement through here and then maybe a breakdown through there, that's a very, very, very bearish sign, guys. So if we do get all that in the Dow Jones and the S&P and all that sort of stuff, what I've just shown you just recently, just there, does look like the market will start to roll over. Now, if you look at the other markets, such as the IWM and the IWV, let me have a look at the IWM. You can see we're really starting to already roll over a lot. You can see we're already starting to roll over a lot through here, rolling over. We're definitely in a nice deep downtrend already on the IWN, which let me just share this with you here. So that's obviously the Russell 2000, and I always get confused. That's the Russell 2000, and this is the Russell 3000. Now the Russell 3000, what's happening through here? Again, guys, we're starting to see Russell 3000. We're starting to see weakness, right? Lower high, lower high. Is this likely to be a lower high? This is the very first time, guys, we're starting to get this sort of action in the marketplace overall. Do we get a higher low through here running up, or do we not? So, but right now, guys, for me, I am more bearish in the market right now instead of bullish, because that's exactly what I see happening in the markets right now. And here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. Whenever you're trading the markets, whenever you're identifying and you're trading the markets, the thing when you're trading the markets is that you've got to throw your opinion out of the window and just say, okay, what is the market telling me? What is the chart telling me? That's all that matters, right? So if you look at this chart right now, what's this chart telling me? Oh, look what this is telling me. Oh, look, we had a bounce through here, we had a high, we came down, we had a low, we had a lower high, now we're having a lower low. This could just easily be what? Another lower high, right? And then we could start to run down. So right now, sellers are in control. There's no need to be bullish to this, because one, we're definitely below my moving average as well too, 52. We're making lower highs. Sellers are in control. Now, if you look at the weekly chart, who's in control of this weekly chart? No one. And you're probably thinking, John, well, the buyers are. No, well, let's look at this here, right? High, higher low, broke up, made a what? Made a higher high, could not hold that, and now we came down and made an equal low through there. So there's really no one in control of the weekly chart. But if you go to the daily chart, so the trend is really sideways, weekly chart, but daily chart, we're starting to see these lower highs and lower lows. Weakness is coming into the markets, guys. So there's real no. If you're looking for a short-term position, even a long-term position, the probability right now, guys, I'm waiting for a rollover, and then the probability is much greater when you're actually trading with the overall trend. Like, who's in control? Right now, we're getting sellers in control. That's what you want to trade with.